Hello, so today I would like to share a few things from our week. I'll show you some of the activities we did with the kids before they went back to school. Also how I planned meals this week. I've said before how I can't use the kitchen every day because Johan is renovating it, so I came up with a way to plan it well, so I will show you that. It might be useful for other people who have busy days when they can't cook, and it worked quite well, so I plan to keep on doing that. Also a frugal living tip which I've been using this last week as well, and a few thoughts which I find encouraging and I hope will encourage somebody else. So for the fun activities, Esther brought a chess game from the op shop, so we have been playing that a lot in the last week of the holidays. I hadn't played it in years, so that was quite fun to teach them how to play it. Well, they already knew a little bit, but to play that with them. And we went to the garden centre, and my husband had told the children that they could all choose a vegetable to plant in the garden, so that was another fun thing to do as well. So Hannah chose silver beet, I chose lettuce, and Lydia and Joseph helped me plant it. And Esther chose cauliflower and Joseph chose tomato. Lydia chose cucumber, but we'll just keep it inside for now. Joseph's planted petunia. Is that pretty, lad?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful, eh? So last week I said how I have 3 days of the week that are my main days to cook, so I thought I might as well make the most of those days and do as much cooking on those days as I could. So one day I did preparing meals, and the next day I did doing lots of baking. So then for the rest of the week I had food on hand, which worked quite well. Yesterday on my video I said how I only have a few days a week that I can cook, well, depending on whether Johan's working on the kitchen or not. So today is Tuesday, and I thought I may as well make the most the days that I can bake. So I made some butter chicken sauce and also some spaghetti sauce in the slow cooker, so I can save that for the days that I can't use the kitchen. And today is Wednesday, and so I did some more baking: lemon muffins, peanut butter chocolate chip biscuits, 2 lockdown loaves but we ate one for lunch, and oat slice. And a frugal living tip which I've been using the last week is to, for a week, to spend as less as possible and try to use up as much in your cupboards, fridge and freezer as possible. So if you're really good at staying on top of everything that you have, then it's probably not a good tip for you, but for me I tend to stick things in the freezer and then I forget about them and buy new stuff. So for me it's a good tip to just only buy what I really had to, and then try to base my meals on what I already had in the freezer to try to use up as much as possible. So the butter chicken recipe that I made, I used up shredded chicken that I had frozen, that was already cooked and frozen. And another meal I did was wraps, homemade wraps with roast beef. I had cooked the roast beef a long time ago and I'd frozen what was left over it, so I got that back out and cut it up and cooked it in gravy, and we had that on wraps, which was really nice. And the lemon muffins, I had a lot of lemons, so I was using those up to make the lemon muffins. So one verse that I read on Saturday or Sunday morning, I can't remember which day it was, but I've been thinking a little bit about it, and it is Proverbs 16 verse, I think 3. It is, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. Now I think I've always thought it to mean that, you know, you give your things or your problems or whatever you're doing to God, and He will sort it out, or He will make it prosper. But I noticed that it says your thoughts shall be established. So I think what it means is that if you give your problems or what you're doing to God, give God everything you are doing, your thoughts will be established. He will guide your thoughts. And for me, I find that really encouraging, because often if I'm praying about making decisions, I pray about it and I give it to God, and then I worry about whether I'm doing the right decision or not. Whereas I think we can trust that if we are praying about it and we are seeking God and we are giving it all to God, we can trust that He'll give us the wisdom to make the right decisions. And commit means to put into charge, or to trust, to entrust, or to put into a place for disposal or safekeeping. It also means to hand over, to trust, or to turn over. To put something into the possession or safekeeping of another. I think it might be the Amplified Version says, roll your works upon the Lord. That's another way of thinking of it, rolling everything, all your problems and everything over to God. Commit and trust them wholly to Him. He will cause your thoughts to become agreeable to His will. So shall your plans be established and succeed. So I found that very encouraging to know that if I pray through everything and I'm seeking God's will, He will guide me and He will help me to make the right decisions and the right choices. Another verse that I read this morning is from 1 Peter 6 and 7, which I think there are a lot of people who need encouragement at the moment. There's a lot happening, I know, in New Zealand, but I'm sure all over the world with the chaos that the pandemic has caused. But this verse says, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honour and glory at the appearing of Jesus Christ. This morning I was reading over my blog. I was looking back right to when I first started writing, and I was looking back just over some of the old blog posts, and I noticed that most of the things I shared, not all of them, but the bulk of what I share on my blog, I learned through the hard times that I went through having children, and the hard times that brings, being up in the night and learning to be unselfish and to serve, all those things, through having Lydia, through having miscarriages, just through all the different hard things that have come along the way. I think that's where I've learned most of my lessons. So if you are going through a hard time right now, I'd like to encourage you that it's a good thing to go through hard times, even though at the time they might seem unbearable and hard, and sometimes they may be horrible things or very sad things. And yet if we seek God and trust God through those times, they will be the times that our faith really grows, and that we grow as a person and grow to be more like Jesus Christ. That verse says the trial of your faith. It's testing your faith. Even though those things aren't nice in themselves, those are the times that we really have the opportunity to grow and to learn more and to know God more. So we can be thankful for the hard times, and we can trust God in those hard times. It says, wherein you greatly rejoice. So we can be thankful for the hard times, because it's those hard times that teach us so much, if we will trust and seek God through them.